Can we just be real for a second? Discipline is hard, like really hard, especially when no one's watching. I used to think discipline was about perfection, about having every routine nailed down, every goal checked off, every day productive. But the truth is, it's not about perfection. It's about consistency. It's about showing up when it's not convenient, when you don't feel inspired, and when nobody's clapping for you. And honestly, there are days I don't want to. Days I don't feel like praying. Days I scroll instead of studying the word. Days I say, I'll start tomorrow for the 5th time in a row. But every time I let my feelings run the show, I drift a little further from who I know God's calling me to be. Welcome back to the channel.
Sis, the Bible is honest about discipline. It doesn't pretend it's easy or glamorous. Hebrews 12:11 says, "No discipline seems pleasant at the time, but painful. Later on, however, it produces a harvest of righteousness and peace for those who have been trained by it." Let's pause there. Painful. The Bible actually admits that discipline hurts. And I think sometimes we forget that. We expect discipline to feel good, to feel inspiring, productive, or exciting. But most days, it just feels uncomfortable. It feels like waking up when you'd rather sleep. It feels like saying no when everything in you wants to say just this once. It feels like walking by faith when your emotions want to quit. And that's where God meets us, in the pain of self-denial, in the tension between what our flesh wants and what our spirit knows is right. Because discipline isn't just about habits, it's about heart posture. Every time you obey when it's hard, you're not just training your schedule, you're training your spirit. You're telling your heart God's way comes first, even when it doesn't make sense. And I know that sounds noble, but let's be real, it's not easy. There were seasons where I confused discipline with striving. I thought if I just tried harder, pushed harder, did more, then I was being spiritual. But true discipline isn't rooted in pressure, it's rooted in love. It's not about proving your faith, it's about protecting your peace. It's the quiet decision to align your actions with what you say you believe. Think about it. When a parent disciplines a child, it's not because they hate them, it's because they love them too much to let them stay untrained. And that's how God sees you. He's not punishing you with discipline, He's preparing you. Because there are blessings you've prayed for that require a stronger version of you. There are doors you've asked God to open that demand consistency before capacity. There are prayers you've been praying that can't be answered until your character is mature enough to carry the weight of the answer. That's why discipline matters. It's not punishment, it's preparation. It's God shaping your habits, your mindset, your heart, so that when opportunity meets you, you're ready to stand in it, not stumble through it. And sis, sometimes the biggest test of discipline isn't in the big things. It's in the small, quiet moments no one sees. When you choose prayer over scrolling, when you forgive instead of gossiping, when you stay silent instead of clapping back, when you show up even when you feel unseen. That's what it means to be trained by it. That's how you grow roots that storms can't shake. Because at the end of it all, discipline produces something no shortcut ever could: righteousness and peace. And that peace, it's not temporary. It's not dependent on results or recognition. It's the kind of peace that settles deep in your soul. The kind that whispers, even when I don't feel it, I know God's working in me. So if you're in that season where it feels painful, if you're wondering, why does this process hurt so much? Remember this: pain doesn't mean punishment, it often means preparation. God's pruning you for the promise. And though it doesn't feel pleasant now, there's a harvest coming.
And when it comes, you'll realize the struggle was training ground. The discipline was love in disguise. Let me be real with you, sis. Discipline has never come easy for me. There were seasons where I was full of faith but low on follow-through. I'd tell myself, this week I'm waking up early, I'm reading my Bible, I'm going to be consistent. And for a few days, I'd be on fire. But then life would hit. And life would hit me so hard that I would start complaining. There would be so many distractions, so much noise, that I'd lose focus. I'd stop looking at God and start staring at my problems. I tried to fix everything on my own, figure things out in my own strength, searching for solutions while slowly drifting away from the one who is the solution. It would get so hard that I'd feel overwhelmed, frustrated, and spiritually tired. Not because God left me, but because I stopped leaning on Him. And before I knew it, I was right back in that same cycle, starting strong, then slipping quietly. It used to frustrate me because I'd look at other people and think, they seem so disciplined, so consistent, so together. And I'd wonder, what's wrong with me? But one morning, as I was journaling and honestly just venting to God, I wrote this: Lord, I'm tired of trying to be disciplined on my own strength. And I heard that quiet whisper from the Holy Spirit say, exactly. That's why you keep burning out. You're doing it without me. That broke me, because I realized I was trying to be self-disciplined without being spirit-led. I wanted God's results without God's rhythm. I wanted consistency, but I wasn't seeking companionship. And that's when it clicked for me. Discipline isn't about perfection, it's about partnership. It's about walking with God in the process, not performing for Him. After that, I stopped focusing on what I couldn't control and started focusing on showing up with God daily. Some days that meant deep study and long prayer. Other days it meant whispering, Lord, I'm tired, but I'm here. And you know what? That counts. That's discipline too. Because discipline isn't always loud. Sometimes it's quiet faithfulness, the kind that no one applauds, but heaven notices. If you've ever felt like you keep falling off, I just want you to know, God sees the effort, not the failure. He's not disappointed in you for starting over again. He's proud that you didn't quit. So don't let shame talk you out of showing up. Every time you come back, your obedience grows deeper roots. And every act of consistency, no matter how small, is building something eternal in you. You know, sis, I've learned something about God. He doesn't waste the moments where we feel weak. Those moments when we lose focus, when life hits hard, when we try to figure things out on our own, those aren't moments of failure. They're invitations. Because discipline is never just about what you do, it's about who you're becoming while you do it. And when we try to do it alone, God lovingly allows our strength to run out, so we'll finally lean on His. That's why Jesus said in John 15:5, apart from me, you can do nothing. He wasn't trying to discourage us, He was trying to free us. He was saying, stop trying to carry something that was never meant to be carried without me. See, spiritual discipline isn't about proving how strong you are. It's about depending on the one who is strong. It's not about getting everything right. It's about staying connected to the one who makes you right. And once that truth hit me, everything changed. Because I realized discipline isn't a performance, it's a posture. It's me saying every day, Lord, I can't do this without you, but I'll show up anyway. Sis, if you've been struggling to stay consistent, If you've been beating yourself up for not praying enough, not reading enough, not being strong enough, I need you to hear this. God's not disappointed in your effort. He delights in your desire. Every time you try again, He sees it. Every quiet, "God, help me," is heard in heaven. Every small act of obedience, even when no one else notices, moves His heart. You're not failing, you're being formed. You're not falling behind, you're being refined. So the next time discipline feels heavy, remember, it's not a burden, it's a blessing. It's not God being hard on you, it's God being good to you. Because He loves you too much to let comfort rob you of calling. He's not training you to be perfect, He's training you to be prepared. Prepared for what's coming. Prepared to handle the weight of His promise. Prepared to walk in peace no matter the season. And the more you train, the more you'll realize discipline is freedom. Freedom from inconsistency. Freedom from guilt. Freedom from being controlled by your feelings. Because true discipline says, I don't move because I feel like it. I move because I'm led. That's what Jesus modeled. That's what the Spirit is building in you. You know, sis, discipline isn't easy, but it's holy. And it's not something you master once, it's something you grow into daily. Some days you'll feel on fire for God. Other days you'll feel empty, distracted, or distant. But that's okay. Because consistency with God is never about perfection, it's about presence. Even when you feel off, He's still there. Even when you fall short, His grace is still enough. He doesn't measure your worth by your routine, He measures it by your relationship. So maybe today, you're starting again. Maybe you've been off track, distracted, or just tired. Take this as your reminder. You don't have to do it perfectly. You just have to do it with Him. And that's what real discipline is. It's showing up for God even when you don't feel ready. It's trusting that every little act of obedience builds something eternal. It's knowing that you're not behind, you're becoming. So I want to pray with you because I know how it feels to want to be disciplined and still struggle. Let's take a moment together. Father, thank you for my sister watching this right now. You know her heart. You know how much she wants to honor you, even when she feels weak, even when she feels distracted. Lord, I pray you strengthen her where she's tired. Focus her where she's been scattered, and remind her that you're not asking her to be perfect. You're asking her to be present. Teach her to walk with you in the small, quiet moments. Give her grace for discipline, not out of fear, but out of love. Help her choose you daily, even in the mundane, and to remember that obedience opens doors that effort never could. And when she feels like giving up, remind her she's not alone, that you're right beside her, shaping her, growing her, turning her daily routines into holy rhythms. We thank you for the strength that comes through surrender, and we trust you to finish what you started in her life. In Jesus' name, amen. If that prayer spoke to you, sis, take it with you today. Let this week be different, not because you'll do everything perfectly, but because you'll walk it with God. Stay consistent, stay close, stay covered. I love you, and I'm rooting for you, always.